waiting on somebody? Are you lost?
I live out here.
So the reason I'm asking, we've been here how long? Probably 20 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah,
Hadn't got any gas. You hadn't gone in and got any food.
No.
You parked at a gas pump. And I know the tank's not on this side. It's on the other side, right?
No, I'll never take this stuff gas.
So what are you doing?
I'm just chilling. I don't want to go home yet.
In a type of interaction we've become all too familiar with, we see a group of Locust Grove officers in Georgia pull up to a black man who is sitting in his car at a gas station. Even by this officer's own assertions, are suspicious of him since he's been in his car for an extended period of time, meaning that there's definitely something else going on here.
Because I live out here.
Where you have some ID? Let me see your ID. Or is it in the car?
It's on me, but what's the problem?
Let me see your ID. I mean, you can make it super difficult, but you do have to give me your ID.
I'm just wondering why y'all... I've literally been on the phone just talking.
I know.
Go ahead and get your ID, and then while you give us your ID, she can speak with you. But you need to identify yourself, so go ahead and get your ID.
So right now what it falls under is loitering. So loitering, yes.
Yes.
Because like if you were like getting gas, waiting on somebody, like if you were doing anything other than just kind of like hanging out, it wouldn't be an issue.
Well, I've been on the phone.
So then to justify this already shady stop, the female officer claims that the man was loitering, despite her giving no clear indication to the man that he was doing something apparently illegal. How does she know that he wasn't waiting for someone or just talking on the phone to pass time?
This area is known for narcotic activity. It's known for criminal activity. So that's another reason why we're speaking to you. We want to make sure that's not afoot.
Right here, people will park. They'll go over there. They'll wait right here. They'll wait for somebody. They'll do shit like that.
And under a
Bro,
street
you
light?
have no idea.
So,
Well,
Yes.
I live out here.
I believe you do.
wild shit.
You know, you have your ID with you.
The state's definition of loitering is doing something not like the norm. Hanging out at the gas pump, not like the norm. You know what I'm saying? So we have to just kind of get out. Now, if you to like take off and run as soon as you see us over here,
But why would I do that?
well, so that's it. That would add to it, but you didn't. So it makes it look a lot better. You get what I'm saying?
But I literally come here all the time. I live here. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's fine. But
That's
you
fine.
can't just if you're not doing any business, if you're not getting gas, you're not
But
going
I
to
was
get
actually
food.
finna go in there. I just had a phone conversation.
Well, that's cool. But now that we've had this communication, it's what they call dispelling the alarm. Now that we're able to figure out, okay, this guy doesn't have any issues or anything like that, then we can be by our merry way. But we never met you a day in our life. I've never met you.
I've never gotten.
She's
out
never
with it.
met you. He's never met you. So we're just doing our jobs, what we're getting paid to do.
This statement from the officer perfectly exemplifies how broken police training is and law enforcement's attitude towards the public, especially people of color. This man was posing no threat, but the training and ingrained bias leads them to view everyone as a threat to their safety.
Go
Well,
inside,
I mean,
do your business if you got to, and then head on home. All right.
Yeah, but
Second
that's
thing,
kind of
your
that's crazy.
look, it's
Like I've never.
Go look up loitering in the Georgia
No,
code section.
my father's a retired sheriff.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I know, but I've never.
like I said, this area is known for drug transactions.
bad.
We're gonna make sure none of that's occurring here tonight.
I've
So
literally in the public eye, and I haven't spoken to no one. And I know you saw the weird girl run up to my car, and I'm like,
yeah. They just came from a party
With a
down
bunch
in
of-
their
with a bunch of-
neighborhood, a whole ton of drugs, and we're sitting
Right,
right
but
there
see,
with
my-
our blue
my
lights
car-
on.
I do a lot of stuff in the community and shit, so my car is like really well known. I race at Silver Dollar, I do track events, I don't do no drug activity.
And like he
Right.
said earlier, the reason we got out with you and asked you and didn't just like immediately throw you in handcuffs is called dispelling the alarm. That's all that happened. Future reference, you gotta look at it from our point of view, okay?
My dad is a retired chief deputy.
then you definitely
My
should.
parents-
Then you should definitely
but I've
understand our
never
job.
been-
Then
I've
you
never
should.
been stopped for that.
Then you should understand. If you say all these things and if you're in the profession, you would understand why we're doing
well,
our
that's
job.
why I had no problem.
Right. And
speaking,
we
but that's
definitely
still kinda
appreciate
random.
the cooperation. No, it's not random. We sat there for a while. We observed you. We were watching. Okay, this guy's not getting gas. He's not going in there. We're watching everybody come and go. So it already drew our attention. Then we saw somebody that we dealt with earlier with a whole bunch of drugs around here coming up to you. I'm like, okay.
Right.
So
and they said, hey, I see your
right.
car everywhere because I live out here. They said, we see your car, SRT on the side.
Hey,
I said, thank you.
Which makes sense. And that's the reason why we came over here to introduce ourselves, dispel the alarm, make sure there's nothing nefarious going on. Now we're going to be about our way. Because now, if we thought something nefarious was going on, then we'd be going a whole different direction. You understand? But we have to dispel alarm, make sure nothing nefarious is going on. You understand that?
I guess.
Have a good night, sir.
All right, have a good night.
Unfortunately, none of these cops were publicly disciplined for their actions. However, Deputy Nicole Pitts, seen here, was already on her second law enforcement job while this incident occurred. She was fired from the Clayton County Sheriff's Department in October of 2020 for using excessive force with a handgun while taking a suspect into custody who was restrained with handcuffs behind his back. Sheriff Victor Hill, who was recently indicted for abuses of inmates himself, said that the suspect refused to get into a patrol car or be transported to the county jail. Hill said that Pitts pulled out her firearm and held it under the suspect's chin in order to get him to comply with her instructions, which was reported by another deputy who observed the interaction between Pitts and the suspect, reported it to his supervisor, who in turn contacted him. The suspect in that altercation was also a black individual.